Live from the internet, this is the Crystal Chronicles, your official Final Fantasy Dissidia Opera Omnia podcast. We are on February 20th, 2019, episode 43, Power is Everything. I am not your humble host, Pierre. I am Mark, and I welcome all of you Dissidians and Twitchers to the show. Along with me, as always, is my co-host, Mino. Hello, Mino.
Hey, Mark. Hey, new Pierre.
Hey, and we are joined by our new friend and your new friend, Mantaquia. Hey, Manta, how you doing?
How's it going? I told you I changed my name to Pierre for this episode.
Yes, this is Irish Pierre. How you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm doing very, very well. Having some long days, but loving the city nonetheless.
Pierre is okay. He's just taking a little break, and we are rescheduled for this week because of some scheduling conflicts. So we were able to do it tonight, which is Wednesday. Our normal time is Thursday night. So make sure to check us out Thursday nights on Twitch. We record live. But if you are on Twitch, welcome. If you're not, glad you're joining us through the week. Let's get to some news. So live as we are recording, we have some new information, hopefully, which will pop up on my screen as we speak. Oh, no, it's not. What am I going to do? Here we go. Here it goes. We have a new anniversary draw, our fourth, I believe, of the anniversary draws, which is, spoilers, Ashe, Lightning, and Serah. All of their 15 and 35. You get a free multi-draw on this banner, so make sure that you get that draw. Are you guys excited about this?
Are you gonna pull right now for the stream?
No, let's pull here in a little bit when we talk about the event. All right.
Could you tell Mino's excitement there when his first question was, "Are you gonna pull?" Or
some live polls. The people love the polls. The people love the polls. We're gonna do it a little bit later, so make sure that you stay around and watch and listen for the polls, because we know you people love the polls, right? That's how we do it, guys. You got to build the tension.
Okay.
This also comes with
we get them
quests, which is the fourth Reminiscence, and I believe it's called Catharsis. And so we'll talk about that here in a little bit. And we have another gem sale. Woohoo! Gonna get some more gems on sale. And yeah. So that is the news of the day. Anything else popping up for you guys?
Nothing here. Oh, sorry, but yeah, the anniversary banner. You know what? It's not the worst one because I still need any of Ashe's weapons, so I'm kind of grateful for this, and I still think Ashe is a pretty good character. Serah and Lightning, maybe not so much.
I have all three of these characters completely max limit broke.
Oof. Sucks to be you, Mark.
Nothing but power stones. Nothing but power stones for me. So I hope I get 45 stars in my 11.
Maybe you'll get a really good off banner. Maybe you'll be the one person that really wants an off banner.
Maybe I'll get a Noctis EX off banner. It's possible, right?
Oh, nice.
No,
yeah.
It's not at all.
Never know. You might want to.
That's what I would like.
A Waka 15. That's what you need for his upcoming awakening.
I also have Waka max limit broke. So
Jesus, man.
I have all the characters max limit broke. I gotta catch them all. Gotta collect them all. All right, so the man of the hour, Angry Knee Pads himself, is the event of the hour, and that is Power is Everything, the Leon event. So we have a new character. His name is Leon, and he fights zombies in a post-apocalyptic world. He is a police officer. Am I this the right Leon that we're talking about?
Wait a minute.
This I'm missing this reference. Is this a Walking Dead one? Because I don't watch that show.
Mino, are you an idiot? Like, what's the one thing you're talking about?
Resident Evil. Yeah, see, guys, I knew that. That's what I said. Resident Evil.
Literally
That's what I said. I was like, is this a Resident Evil thing? Because I don't get the reference. That's what I said.
This is what I've been memeing on the Discord for the past God knows how long. Anytime anyone said Leon, I'd always be like, "Oh, from Resident Evil," and now you actually fucking.
Well, I've been missing from the internet for the last 5 or 6 days. So
Dude, Resident Evil's been out for like 2 weeks. What are you talking about?
No, but I miss your shitty memeing and your shit posting.
Resident Evil's been out for 20 years.
That's also a very good point.
Okay, guys.
1998.
I got the. I'm the audience insert for the people that don't know Resident Evil.
Don't get our
exactly.
Everyone gets my memes. How dare you?
This is not Raccoon City Police Department Leon. This is Dark Knight Leon from Final Fantasy II, not Final Fantasy IV, but actual Final Fantasy II, who is the brother of Maria, the adopted brother of Firion, and friend of Guy. And who isn't friend of Guy? And all know the story of Leon. He starts with the party, then he gets real angry, and he becomes a servant of the Empire, and then he maybe turns back good. I don't remember the story. It's not important. Anyway, Leon
I think he was a darkness. He's a prototype Cain, basically, right? He was like Cain before Cain existed.
Cecil. Well, yeah, I mean, story-wise, he's like Cain, but he's a Dark Knight like Cecil, right? Yeah. So, you guys want to talk about what Leon does?
Sure,
Manta, go ahead.
Me? Okay, well, I'm very opinionated on Leon because...
okay. Well, can you give us just the facts first, please?
The actual facts?
What does he do? Yeah, what does he do? What does his Dark Knight buff do? What do his attacks do?
Oh my god, I have to go. Okay, so pretty much everything he does is a way of buffing his own stats, attack and max bravery. He
so like Squall, right?
No, Squall has one ability that buffs his attack and max bravery. Leon has 2, but the buffs, as far as I can tell, are worse than Squall's. So honestly, yeah, Leon. I keep saying I say this off the air. Leon is basically a dark element, weaker, less interesting. And that's saying something, considering Squall's entire thing is he gets stabbed in Disc 1 and contrived love plot for the rest of the game. So
hey, first of all, I can't even find my
that's
Leon.
Basically what Leon's fighting against.
Alright, well, I mean, like, let's get to the nitty-gritty of the details. Explain it to me like I don't know anything about this character, because I don't.
Okay, so Dissidia Final Fantasy Opera Omni is a game, okay? Now, a game is a... Basically, he has 2 abilities, Dark Slash and Dark Bind. Dark Slash is a single target bravery, like multiple bravery hit attack, and then I think with his awakening, he does a HP attack, and then it does 50% HP damage to non-targets. And then his Dark Bind is a group AoE bravery attack, followed by a even split HP attack to the entire rest of the.
Right, so it's just like Squall's Renzo in a sense, right? Like the 50% splash.
Dark Slash is like Squall's Renzo, and then the Dark Bind is like it's like Cloud's X weapon, where it just does a bunch of group bravery damage and then does a
right the split. So I mean, with Dark Slash, I want to say, if I'm not mistaken, it's gonna be I don't think it's our best single target Dark Brave to HP right now, because Cecil does exist with his launch, but there's a cost with that with the huge HP cost.
That's not a dark attack.
I think
the Valiant Blow, it is, right? Valiant Blow is dark. It is, yeah.
Valiant Blow does dark.
And then yeah, it does. And and Toto's bio comes with a conditional. So I want to say this is going to be your most consistent single target dark attack.
Yeah,
Brave
just
HP.
200%.
Yeah, just to confirm there, Valiant Blow it's a 3-hit dark attack.
Yeah,
just to confirm.
I see that. I looked
yes.
while we were talking.
And it really comes with I mean, do you guys want to talk about his Dark Knight buff? How conditional it is? A little weird that the HP damage is dealt it starts at 75% of his max brave, right? And then it slowly increases as you build more stacks.
Correct.
Yeah, sorry, I don't understand what you mean. Sorry, what do you mean by that? Sorry, you're saying his HP attack deals what? What are you talking about? Sorry, who are you? What's going on?
No, I'm saying so. His Dark Knight buff is 10% attack and 20% Embrave per stack. Stacks up to
3, I believe.
3 stacks, right? And the amount of stacks he gets depends on how much HP damage he does.
That is
so
correct.
He kind of wants to work with a battery here or build up some Brave first before unleashing, right?
Yeah, but almost any team you have nowadays, any team worth its weight in salt has some kind of Brave battery nowadays.
That's fair. I mean, even in the event, they give you Firion, who I was running with the co-op, and we'll get to later, but I'm surprised how well he did, because I kind of wrote him off for the time being.
Well, I think now that he's not synergy for the event, like I wouldn't use him in any other event. Even I suppose we'll talk about the X in a moment, but like,
yeah,
I think like after Leon's event, I don't think he's going to be in use again until like what 4 months time.
Fair,
when there's a possibility.
Yeah. And then for Dark Bind, it's the only AOE Dark Brave plus HP attack that spreads. It spreads, and that's okay, but I mean, I feel like it's just a better version of Cecil's Darkness at this point. And the big top off here is AOE Sap, which I love Sap as a debuff, honestly. Yep. It's really powerful. With how big John's max Brave pool is, that's sapping a lot each turn. Like, what I was seeing it in action, it is pretty good. The problem is just, like, I think Leon, again, just like a lot of these newer characters, are good for the longer fights. Like, if he gets this AoE sap off every round, sort of like Edgar with his crossbow, right? But he hits harder and does HP damage. It's great, but why would you need that when you have Squall just wiping trash waves right now, right, left and right?
Yeah,
that's how I feel.
Yeah, like it's the kind of thing where like, for the event, Leon is better than Squall, but again, like outside this, like not at all. Squall, like I think someone actually earlier in the chat, I can't exactly remember who, said that Squall without his X is still better than Leon.
Yeah, I agree.
Consider how far Leon is into the Awakening waves, and Squall was wave 3, I believe.
Yeah.
I mean, this doesn't.
Can I share some pros and cons from our friend Kriese, who is also known as Xerink on
yes,
Reddit?
Please.
So Kriese says pros for Leon: he's dark element, and there's very few enemies who resist darkness, and obviously there's very few characters who do dark damage for those who are weak to it. His Dark Knight buff, which we were just talking about, is actually rather strong. He's able to raise his attack considerably and his max brave considerably through a unique buff, which is great. He does AoE damage on both attacks. Dark Slash deals the splash damage. Dark Bind does Brave plus HP damage. He can regain Brave based on overhealing, so he benefits from healing on allies, HP healing on allies' abilities. Yeah, and he does self-healing, so that's nice. But yeah, the problem is he does take some time to build up with his Dark Knight stacks. And Dark Slash and Dark Bind have fairly mediocre potencies. So Kriese gives the example of Beatrix's single target attack has 360% potency, whereas Leon starts with 200% for his single target and 140% for his AoE. So that's just not a lot of damage, right? Both attacks are tied to Dark Element, so if somebody resists that,
maybe even above average,
it's really bad. Yeah,
fills that niche of dark damage, but he's not
if a boss is resistant to it, you're out of luck with Leon.
Yeah, that's one of those over specialized characters, right? Yeah. So I mean, he's no meta shaper, but I don't think there's anything wrong with investing with him. The only reason I didn't is because black is really contested for me. I was gonna say black is my lowest crystal count right now because I awaken all the black characters no one likes, like Shadow and Sabin, and Setzer's coming up soon, and he's gonna be a meta shaper. So, I'm holding on to my blacks.
Out of context, Mino. Anyway,
oh my god.
As far as I know, like from what I can tell, Leon's just one. You say yourself, yeah, he uses dark abilities, and as far as I know, there's nothing out for the next while that's like overly you can kind of see that when you look at the JP meta, where like the reason why I didn't do great is because there was no one that was particularly weak against dark. And the other problem he suffers with being, an edgelord character is whenever you talk about him, you use the word dark or black so much that it loses all meaning. You can replace every word of dark when you talk about Leon with bees, and it would make just as much goddamn sense. Like, because it's more of a narrative kind of thing, like with writing in general. I think with the Final Fantasy, where their edgelord characters have to be so brooding and evil, and Leon was like in the second one where they finally had named characters, so they could do this with a character. So they made him edgelordy as possible, but there's just no character there. So unless you love Edge, you won't be. You won't want to pull for him. So unless you're Aralai who likes Leon, you won't pull for him. And meta defining wise, you won't pull for him because he just doesn't do anything that no one else. He doesn't do anything unique enough. He's specialized, but nothing unique enough.
Yeah, and Leon is one of the last of the event characters. We're going to have a couple more who do not have an EX upon their event banner.
Right.
So
right.
Leon does not have an EX, so that doesn't help him any. The nice thing is if you want to use him, you can pull on him, just get his 2 weapons and go to town, and you can use them and have fun with him for this event and for a few. And yes, if you love Leon, then you can, of course, always pull for the characters you like and enjoy.
I'm going to ask what if he's hot.
He does get a
you
rework in Japan, just like many people do, and level 70 awakening, and he becomes a little better. So, and I think he has an EX in Japan. Does he have an EX weapon?
Yeah, he just got it, and it's crazy strong.
Can anybody answer me without looking?
Knows what it does? Gentlemen? It's like a Garnet thing where so it enchants the party with dark. No, it enchants the party with dark absorb.
Yeah, and makes all the enemies hit dark, I think.
All the enemies non-elementals hit for dark. So all the non-elemental attack coming from the enemy will heal your party.
So that's the thing as well. Leon's kind of a weird, like he's a weird, like Final Fantasy 2 jack of all trades. Like all the characters in Final Fantasy 2 do some kind of weird thing like that where they try and multitask. So like Firion's a very good example where he does like almost everything. He does a bit of brave shaving, he does a bit of like HP regen on himself, he does self buffs, he does battery. So Leon kind of does something similar. Leon's like the more offensive Firion, where he does all the HP attacks and bravery shaving, but he also has like a bit of healing on himself there, and a few self buffs as well.
Agreed. Also, Aminosa, I was seeing in our Discord, pulled they went all in on Leon because they got the most insane artifacts for Leon. There was even a 108 330 in there. So Aminosa, if you want to weigh in on your opinion on Leon, if he's a lot better than we think he is, if you disagree with our opinion, please do in chat, and we'll try to incorporate your side into the evaluation. But other than that, it's like a Rydia Sid thing where they're coming at the end of an era. Like Mark said, the end of an era where event characters aren't getting their EXs. So he's going to get overshadowed really fast when they all start getting EXs.
Well, even then, like some event characters can come out even without X's and still be, fairly good or meta defining.
That's fair. Yeah.
It's just him in particular, I think, does nothing. I suppose the best way I could try and summarize it is if we maybe if we all went around and say, would you use Leon in a party right now? And my answer is no.
Nope.
Yeah. Aminosis, who invested heavily in Leon, says no. You guys are right. So I think that's the final story on Leon, and we should move on to the next topic.
Yeah,
we still have to talk about talk about the weapon there that Mark has up.
Oh yeah, the banner,
beautiful red glowing weapon there.
Yeah, so the banner brings us Firion EX. Did either of you pull for this weapon?
Of course not. I did tickets To dip into our little chat later, so I won't go into detail about like how we pull. I just pulled tickets until I got something I didn't have. So for me that was Leon 35, and then I said lucky enough and stopped there. How about you, Monta?
I didn't go near the banner at all. Are you crazy? But then, like, I get to remember that the main thing I would want out of that entire thing would be Firion gear, considering that like I like Firion as a character, and I already have him. I already had everything on him except for his X weapon, so, and I'm definitely not going to go chase that, you know, especially after how all the recent X weapons we've been getting and stuff.
I am wearing my Firion DFFOO shirt tonight in honor of his EX weapon.
Nice.
But I did not pull on this banner. So what's his EX weapon do?
So it's a 3-hit group.
Yeah, go ahead.
It's a 3-hit group bravery attack and does a HP attack at the end. It does split the HP damage, but from what I've seen in, maybe it's a bit unfair, I suppose, but what I saw in co-op with people, it's god awful for single targets. It does 3 attacks, which are when he's synergy hit for about 3,600 each.
Yeah, it's
so you're looking at about 9,000 to like 11,000 damage on a boss or something like that. And that's
such a bad. This is like so we seen Tidus's time traveling EX, but this is a period where all the AoEs are just fucking awful because they're either split damage or they're like if they're built for AoE, you have to hit AoE. And Tidus's is kind of the same too, but at least it spreads the damage 100%. I just want to bring up that in the future, right now in JP, they stay away from EXs like this, and if they're AoE, they hit a lot like Kujas now, which is either they do increased damage on a single target, like a lot of the Awakenings are getting, or they do Kujas where they have certain hits and it's split among targets. So it's like 3 hits, it'd be 1 hit per target for 3 targets, or 3 hits on 1 target, which is a much better system.
We're being corrected here, just so you know that apparently it doesn't split damage. It does 100% HP to all targets.
Well, Monta, you're a filthy liar, and you filled this podcast with misinformation. No, yeah. I think
you'll never work in this town again.
I don't know why I listened, but I remember talking to Aralai earlier this week about how this is the first EX weapon, not counting Tidus's, that came from the future, that did 100% to all targets. So this was actually considered a very good EX at the time. But again, with all great EXs on mediocre characters, it still doesn't carry Firion much farther. Well, honestly,
you say it's a great EX, but I don't think it is. It's not. Put it this way: when an X weapon comes out and it does worse than a Squall Renzo Kuken, what the hell? You know, if that's like meant to be there, you know, they're big, flashy. I'm gonna, you know, crash the moon into the earth to kill all the enemies, and it does worse than, you know, Squall hitting them a few times. What's the point? Like, it's for me, that's not a good X.
I mean, fair, but the one thing I'll give an EX attack, no matter how bad it is, it's theoretically unlimited uses.
It's ranged. That's something. It's a ranged attack, right? Come on, guys.
Yeah, that's interesting. Yeah.
God, I know. Yeah, but interesting doesn't do anything. Interesting doesn't mean nothing. Interesting don't pay no bills.
So what about co-op?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. How'd you guys do on the co-op? You know what? I don't care what anyone says.
I haven't done this co-op at all.
Oh really?
Okay.
Oh no.
So I don't care what anyone says, but this is it's a decently challenging co-op because I have seen wipes from people who play like crap. As in, if you get broken too much, if you just throw out HP attacks willy-nilly, the boss will kill you. So Snow has been surprisingly the MVP for this. I'm always so happy when I see a Snow in my room. You just trivialize the fight. And it's great that tanks can be useful once in a while. I ran a Firion. He hit surprisingly hard during this whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
Batteried fine, did fine. How about you, Monta?
I did the exact same thing. Brought a Firion and played through it. Was still a bit annoyed with, for some reason, people bringing, you know, Beatrix into wanted co-op rooms, but that's another issue for a different time. Yeah, it was more or less fine. Like I said, it was interesting, this event, where if you got a Leon in your party, yeah, I thought you were fine. Like the Leon could clear the more often than not, I'd get a single turn in, then a Leon would basically clear the Holy Dragons, and then I get another like 2 turns in maybe for the Celestial, and the Leon clear. So for this event, Leon's great, but otherwise, I think what Macnol did a really good analysis of the co-op, talking about what you should bring, what you shouldn't bring, and I think his basic things were bring synergy if you have it. If not, bring Beatrix or Selfie, and then you'll finish it.
Right,
yeah,
Selfie, because I feel
if you look at Macnol's preemptive strike, or you're the preemptive strike. If you look at Macnol's co-op cheat sheet, there you go, on Reddit. Yeah, he says bring Leon, Snow, and Firion. But if not, bring Beatrix, Selfie, and Kate Sith.
Yeah, there you go.
Or he throws up some other options: Vincent, Warrior of Light, Squall, and Realm. So good fun.
This is an interesting one. I've seen people clearing EX with that, but we'll get to that soon, right?
Oh, really?
Yes, we will.
And what about you, Mark? How did you find the? Well, you haven't.
I have not
just
done
said,
the co-op. I have not
hasn't
done the
touched it.
co-op at all because
not even one.
I've
Not even
had
for the
time to do
jibs.
it. Not yet. No, actually, I've not cleared it. If you're looking at if you're looking live,
Oh my god!
I've not even cleared. I don't have any of the characters ready for it, so I'm just not looking forward to it. So I haven't done it yet. I will do it. I promise.
I think I heard people saying that Ramza was actually really very decent for it as well. If you have his X weapon, but I don't think you. Yeah, look at you there. I don't think you do.
Wow, rubbing in my face. I think Ramza would be good if you have his EX weapon. Oh, I see. You don't have his EX weapon.
I literally saw the character, and then I was like, oh, okay, that'll do fine. But yeah, you have a Beatrix, you have a Selfie, you have a Kate Sith. You can go and mop up.
I'm
no
gonna
problem.
bring Vivi. Here you go.
Bring Vivi.
Yeah, bring Vivi. Vivi can do it by himself.
No. Maybe if you have a Vincent in the party as well, maybe then you could do it.
I got Onion Knight EX. I'll bring Onion Knight. Oh, the boss is weak to fire, isn't he?
Oh, actually, ice.
Or ice.
No, the boss is weak to ice. Ice and.
No, I'm running Onion Knight.
That was as well something when I wrote the preemptive guide. Actually,
That's
people
funny.
were like there's a few people who mentioned they were like, oh, you didn't mention Onion Knight at all. You didn't mention Onion Knight at all. I was like, Onion Knight takes so long to build up. By the time you're usually done, well, actually, that being said, this fight in particular probably actually suited him. But like by the time you built them up, the fight should have been over already.
Right.
So.
Yeah, pretty much. I agree with that.
It takes too long. Especially it's like 4 attacks before he can start doing bravery HP.
3.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Still,
I'm
not
gonna. Oh no! I'm gonna host. I'm gonna host co-op with.
Oh my god.
With Onion Knight. So, let's see if there's any fun for Onion Knight on the co-op. We'll take 400 hours. So while I'm trying to host co-op, hey, if you're listening and you're friends with me, I will do a request. How do we do it here? There we go. So if you guys want to jump on and try to help me beat this co-op with my Onion Knight, that would be fun. That's what people do when they stream. They actually play the game. So watch us play the game.
No, we don't do that.
It's super interesting to watch someone play the game. So you could do that. So while we are doing that,
I suppose
maybe you could talk about the EX, Manta, since you have done that and you wrote a nice preemptive strike on Reddit for us and for the whole community. I mean, when I say us, I mean the community, not just the Crystal Chronicles. So
the X was good. I was actually really happy with it because I was for the first time in a while wrong. And I know it's going to sound strange, but I had gone into it saying that this is going to be like all the other X's where you have to beat it in 30 turns or less.
Yeah.
And I was delighted to see when I woke up, because I usually sleep through the start of the event. I was glad to see when I woke up, people were like, oh yeah, 40 turns, easily cleared it with this team. Thank God they're giving us some more kind of leeway to bring, I wouldn't say a worse team, but a team that focuses on something other than turn order to beat the bloody X. I'm not sure if it's because Snow was in it, so they're expecting.
Pretty damn sure it was because it was Snow, because Snow was in it.
Oh no! But that means the next ones are gonna be shit.
Good. Good.
No, we don't want that because now they're gonna be going back to play high turnover or low turnovers. Yeah, for the most part, the X was decent. The most notable things in it were 2 holy dragons, and then at the end, the boss would just seemingly, for me, if I recall, was just alternate between doing a self battle, bravery plus HP, and then just doing a really strong bravery attack to try and break your party. So I brought Firion, Beatrix, and Selphie with a Cecil friend. And I found it actually to be quite difficult because those characters, for the most part, don't have particularly high HP. Notably, Cecil doesn't have particularly high HP. So
he does not.
He could often just one-shot me. Sorry, that, and I also messed up and accidentally brought a brother summon. But because it was for I was recording it, I didn't want to, and I was like the only Cecil I could find on my friends list. I didn't want to go out and set Bahamut on and redo it. So yeah, it was kind of difficult for me personally. Within although it took 3 or 4 soft resets and it was done then. So yeah, I know that's high praise for me. When I have to do 3 or 4, I'm like, good event. That's what I want to see.
Hey, you know what? I kind of agree. If I ever have to back out and change my team comp or soft reset a few times, I consider it a good event. But so I went in. I tried to experiment. I tried to get fancy because dark weakness and ice weakness. So I tried to bring Dark Knight Cecil at first, but he just did not have enough HP, and I was going full offensive like you would in most events, and I realized that that's not the way to go. As soon as the boss breaks you, does a huge attack, he's going to constantly be doing AoE Brave plus HP, so you need a healer. So, I mean, I don't know what the moral of the story is, but I brought a Dark. I tried to change up my team comp going in. I think it was Selphie, Dark Knight Cecil, and then Cecil kept. I couldn't finish it, so I came back in with the super meta team of Kate Sith, Beatrix, and Selphie.
And you beat it first try, and then went on to Reddit and start posting how the game was dead. Yeah.
Exactly, super easy. But I mean,
dead game.
I at least had to change my strategy a bit, as in I focused more on defense for sure, instead of just dumping Brave plus HP attacks nonstop like I did in some of the fast EXs. I actually had to be like, all right, well, this guy's getting getting hit, so let's not dump all his Brave right away.
Was actually, that was one thing that happened during mine that I was actually happy with. Was it brought me back to the early 35 CP era when the boss was targeting one of my characters, and I had to make the decision of, okay, should I HP attack now or just do a regular bravery attack and to tank this hit?
Yeah. So I did appreciate it. Yeah, I did super appreciate it. I thought it was great. It's just that we have Selphie in the game who reduces incoming Brave damage, and then we have Beatrix that JP didn't have, also reducing incoming Brave damage. So combined, the boss was doing AoE hits of under 200 or something.
Oh, nice.
Manta, you're not Manta. Mino, you guys are very confusing with your M names, which my name is also starts with M. I understand that.
Tune in to the new M podcast.
You are missing the amazing co-op team.
Manta? Oh yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, there we go. Sorry, I cut out for a second.
Yeah,
sorry. Go on, Mark. Amazing team.
You are missing the amazing team of Onion Knight, Snow, and Terra taking on the Celestial in co-op. It's going really well.
Honestly, Snow's carrying you. Let's be honest here.
Are you serious? The damage. Terra's about to run out of abilities, so that should tell you something.
So that's my point. It's gone on that long.
EX battle. Well, yeah, this was not a how do I say this? This was not the best Terra. Ooh, that's nice damage on the night. Best damage in the world from Terra. Anyway, for my EX, I brought Beatrix, Selphie, and Garnet for my Lightning and Peril
Woo.
and Power team, and
Hooray.
I tore it apart. So that's my new
That's
new
what I like to
go-to
see.
team. Yeah.
I'm glad we're finally all moved into like different territories of team compositions, because for the last while I think all three of us were basically just Beatrix, Kate, Sid, Selby. So I'm glad we're all mixing it up now.
No doubt.
Hello?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
No.
Oh,
We
okay.
heard.
Am I just talking to myself here?
I'm
Or
like,
not.
is it really that different? I think we're like differing like by one character. But...
Hey, look, it's better than absolutely nothing, because God knows, like, the amount of times in the Discord there for the last while where people have been like, okay, can someone do this without Beatrix X? I know obviously we all did bring Beatrix, but on the bright side, at least it means that there's some level of wiggle room in there.
I was gonna say I saw multiple people claim clears with Vincent and Warrior of Light as well. So like I said, this was a super offensive fight that rewarded defense. Pretty happy about that.
16 turns, 150,000 score. Did get all of the score requirements. So thank you. How do you pronounce your name? Either Sisam
Warrior
or Sisam.
I like Sisham.
Sisam. Tell us in Twitch. He's with us in Twitch. He brought his 15 CP Snow to carry me with my EX Onion Knight, so I appreciate Sisam, DFOO on Twitch.
Yeah, no, Snow's decent in this one. Snow was actually fairly good. If you pair him up with a battery, he actually pretty much lasts the entire fight as well.
Yeah.
Like, he doesn't have to ever do his frost strike unless he takes the HP damage.
You just can't get broken. I think every synergy character recovered a bit of Brave after an HP attack, and like I said, I'm happy to hear that Vincent and Warrior of Light got people through. You know, any fight that lets a tank shine, I'm happy about.
Yeah, no, I'm definitely of the same kind of idea. Hopefully, you know, they maintain this idea going forward, but you know, color me skeptical.
Yeah, I don't know. Signs say no, so we'll see.
Yeah. Well, what's next? Next is going to be the Fang event, right? Well, let's say next.
Is it the Fang event? Oh man, that is infamous in JP. I cannot wait.
Why was it infamous?
Fang is the next event.
Because they debuffed your party like crazy. I think Ferris is and they also buffed themselves like crazy at the same time. And I believe it was lizards as well. So you know you had to whittle them both down equally. And so Ferris is one of the synergy characters, of course, because you need to fight for their buffs and debuff. I believe so.
I thought you told me it was Una and Titus before.
Is it? Oh, I think you're right. It is Titus.
It is Fang, Titus, and Una, or it was in Japan.
Okay, so the debuffs part is the one that really screws you. So I remember JP players told me this is why I pulled so hard on Lena EX. You know, also plus the fact that it was almost impossible without her,
yeah.
and I just really want to clear. I just cannot let this blemish on my record stand. But apparently, Lena was a godsend for this next event by preventing the debuffs, because the debuffs are super nasty.
I think they're maybe the debuffs will still mess you up, but I think they're gonna do something with it, considering that I don't think they want to repeat of Lena X, and considering that Titus and Una are crap.
So bad.
Yeah. Like,
that's where the Kate, Lael, and Selfie meta super took off.
But there is my only concern is that I think Fang is a pseudo launcher, right?
Fang is a launcher.
Yeah,
that is correct.
So I don't want to get into it because we're gonna do it on when she gets closer, right?
Yes.
A good eval, why
don't we go on to the event that is currently in the game, Reminiscence Catharsis?
Yes, let's do that.
Thank you. Back on track.
All right, let's give it a shot.
I have not done any of these, so do we know the bosses from chapter 10 and 11 are in this? And can you tell by the picture there looks like Dark Bahamut, the evil angel thing,
High Seraph.
High Seraph.
Obviously, I tried to auto through it. I couldn't get to the EX in time, but each wave so far had a different boss. Right. I know Ultima was in one where she blocks your summon, and Plus. Yeah, he's in another with the stone petrify. Hey, by the way, that petrify, is that permanent or does that wear off?
It does wear off, but it takes
really?
ages. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think I think I had it on auto when
but if everybody gets petrified, you lose, right?
I think they only petrify one person, right? In DFFOO.
I've had 2 petrify, I think.
Really? Okay, I've never had a full party petrify, and I think I've slagged to see if it was possible. But the point is, getting party members disabled is cancer in this game because
right.
the whole game is building your party synergy.
Around each other. Yeah.
Yeah, and then as soon as you have 1 or 2 gone, the hell can you do? Like, what are you gonna do? It's awful. I hate this monster. I hate this boss.
I've not tried it, but can you can Yuna or something Asuna it away?
Oh, I haven't tried that
or can
either,
Lena
actually.
like avoid can Lena
anyone in the audience have any insight on that? Can you dispel the petrify that Catabopass? Kriese says Tidus is not in a great spot unless you have his EX right now, and even then he's just okay. Agreed, Kriese. I feel like that's a lot of characters right now, like Firion and his EX, or Ununited EX. A lot of these people are like hanging on by the skin of their teeth because of their EX.
Yeah, sorry, yeah, because I think that's all kind of comes from, I think it's Your Highness. Basically, when I said that Tidus was crap, in my opinion, Tidus has fallen off a lot. But for this event, he should be okay. But it's just like for myself, who doesn't have the X. Basically, if you have Tidus X, you should probably bring him. If you don't have Tidus X, you'd be better to replace him with someone else in the party. Yeah,
and here Ice Cream says, if entire party gets petrified, you do lose the game. So I'm hoping that's confirmation. Ice Cream, I really hope that you were going out of your way for science when you got your entire party petrified. So I'll take your word on that one. And he says yes, Asuna does dispel it.
Yep.
So Lena and Yuna would be good picks for this one because I freaking hate Catabopass, and his petrify lasts so long. There's no counter on it, so I don't know how long it exactly lasts, but killed my auto team.
Yeah.
All you have to do is summon during Catabopass and you're good.
Right.
Yeah,
we'll be able to talk more about it once we've all done the EX and talk about it next week. But we do have a banner with a free poll. So we said earlier in the show, we'll do some polls, and the banner is a anniversary banner with Ashe, Lightning, and Serah. So everybody want to queue up their free multi-poll?
Everyone make a guess in the chat as to what if we'll be lucky or not.
Do we want to do like
off banner?
Do we want to do like a competition? See who gets the best draw here. There's no. There's no.
How do you see competition? Yeah, that's why you say competition as well, as if we have like any like if we put more effort into it or something like that, we'll do.
Oh yeah, should we do this? Hey, let's all pull Mark, and then let's give points. Like a 15 CP is 1 point, a 35 CP is 2 points,
I don't like this game.
3 points.
Banner,
you wanna do this?
Off banner is 3 points.
Oh god, we're turning against each other now.
All right, well I'm about to pull.
All right, go for it.
I am pulling live.
Let's see what you get. Come on, low numbers. How much is the bronze worth?
45.
Oh damn.
Ooh, I think I got 9 bronze.
Lord Yaddy says Zaz 15. It's coming back. We got some people saying they got 2 off banners. No Escape is either predicting or got an Ashe 15 and a Serah 15.
Oh, you got 235. That's 4 points for Mark.
I got a really good pull. I got Serah and Lightning 35, both of which are max limit broke for me. So
have you pulled yet, Monta? That's a good pull.
That's a
really good pull.
I'm in the middle of pulling right now. I think I'm on.
I'll pull 2. So Mark, you have 4 points.
Oof.
4 points.
Oh, this is not going well for me. Oh no. Oh my heart.
We'll start pulling some more on this banner.
All right, well I got a Lightning 35 and a Ashe 35, so I also got 4.
What? I want an Ashe 35. All right, let's see what I
really,
got.
I don't.
I'm going through my silvers. Ooh, an early gold. Oh, an Ashe 35. I got what I wanted. And then a Lightning 15. And then a Serah 15. So we all tied at 4 points. So I guess all of us drink. All right, I'm drinking.
I think this is just an excuse for Mido to get drunk. I think.
If anything, I had the better pull because I had a 35, 2 15s, and those 2 15s are more power stones than either of your 30.
I think well no, because I didn't have
I'm
lightning
both
max.
of mine, yeah. That's for sure.
So mine are worth 4 because I didn't have mine maxed. So do I win then?
That's you know what? You're right. You win.
Oh.
You win, Manta.
Yay.
You should be drinking at like 3 in the morning anyway.
I was gonna say as well. This just sounds like an excuse, yeah, to get you drunk, Milo. You're the kind of person that seems you'll play like a drink.
It's Wednesday. It's hump day. I can't. I got work tomorrow. I gotta be sharp. Oh, but also there was a lot of good points in the chat I wanted to address. For example, Zero Lancer said Selfie and Sylph are alternatives to not having Lena.
Yeah,
and
Selfie's a little bit decent, yeah.
The issue with Lena is that you give up DPS for the battle, which are fair points, Zero Lancer. The problem is that, first of all, is Selfie is 60% chance of debuff prevention.
Is it 60? I don't know, like 30 or 40 or something.
It's 60 if you have her fully awake.
Doesn't seem
so.
Like that.
I don't know how you guys feel about 60%, but blind is a 90% miss. And I swear to God, I get hit by like 3/4 of all blinded opponents. So you tell me 90%, I don't even trust blind on 90. You give me a 60% chance to resist debuffs, I don't trust that for shit. Lena is 100% chance, so I can rely on that 100%.
You have to remember now, because Reb, I think, looked into the data and proved that it was like 90% chance, as far as I recall.
Yeah.
So, you know.
And then the reason why Lena was viable, and I think in our Discord in the show notes, I'll link a video with Lena doing the JP, because she was a popular pick for the Firion EX fight in JP. Of course, there's always a chance that GL is going to lower the score requirement like they have of events in the past.
Yeah, let's hope.
Apparently the thing that was killer was the debuffs. So if you prevent that, you're gonna get more DPS overall if all your stats aren't being like squandered to garbage.
You heard it here first. Lena X2 Electric Boogaloo.
I'm not saying Lena's necessary, because you know there's gonna be if GL follows the same timeline, we're gonna get Lael's Awakening time. And that's really going to make the difference. But let's see if that happens.
Well, we're probably due an awakening when the like after the they update the game in what I think it's on Wednesday next, is it? So like a week from today, is it?
God of Cloud says. Oh, go ahead.
Our next awakening. Our next awakening would be early March. Yep. We don't know what it's going to look like because they've already awoken Wave 6 mostly. But, yeah. So, hey, I have a question for you guys. A discussion question. A discussion question for us as hosts. Are you ready for a discussion question?
I don't know if I can handle it.
This is such a controversial question. I tried to ask Mark to reconsider, but he said this is what the people wanted.
This is what the community... Yeah?
Hold on, I have to interrupt you all here. Aminosa says, Lena X was easy and fun for me, so bring it. Listen here, you little...
It's not. It might have been easy if you had Lena, but it was not fun. Let's be honest, okay? I tried so many combinations on that stupid EX until I got Lena, and I think most people said that the only way they were able to do it without Lena was with a Lena assist. So, like, you had to still pull her in to cancel out the debuffs, because the debuffs were just that debilitating. They were just that fucking bad.
I only wanted to give out a bit. We probably shouldn't go into Lena X, because God knows we could all spend hours talking about that.
All right, Mark, what is this host discussion? Let's go.
Yes, our question for us today is Square Enix said that with we had some downtime over the holidays when we didn't really hear a lot from them, right? And then we got this great stream pre-anniversary at the end of the month. And they said there would be more community engagement, that we would see them more interacting with the community. So my question for you is, let me see, are we getting more community interaction from Square Enix, or do you feel like they are engaging in the community in interesting or new ways over this last 20, 30 days?
I have very strong opinions on this, so I will moderate instead of give my opinion.
No, we want your opinion. We want your opinion.
Let me ask some questions. Let me ask some questions. So, because I don't know if I'm like if it's just like being biased over time, but when the game first launched, did we get more streams or more interaction? Or was it always like a stream a month at this point? Like, I can't remember, honestly. Can you guys remember?
Yeah, I want to say it's been about a stream a month, don't you think?
Yeah, thereabouts.
Because if it's been a stream a month, then we're jumping the gun, right? Because it hasn't been a full month since last stream.
Well, the whole point that you say is that they said that there's
that's
going
fair.
To be more.
That's true.
So
but
more
the other thing is that okay, so the stream is one issue, and Aminosa on Twitch says it seems to me it's been way less interaction lately. But it seems to me that I used to be a regular on the Reddit and the Discord, and Square Enix Joshua used to be posting on a lot of the Reddit posts, and he used to post in the Discord a lot. That's definitely fallen off, I believe. Anyone who's been on the subreddit and Discord can agree that he's been very silent lately.
Didn't you say you were going to be impartial and a moderator?
Yeah. Well, I mean, Mark also encouraged my. But I mean, what do you is that factually wrong? Am I wrong?
No, I don't think you said anything there incorrect. It's a funny question because I think we all know the answer, which is that they haven't given us anything. And that's not necessarily a bad thing. I suppose there's two ways you can come from it. So one is the way you're saying there's less posts, but I think Square Enix Joshua said after the recent issues that they weren't going to be doing as much on the Reddit side of things. It was going to be more of a little bit of a hands back kind of thing there. I think they were going to try and keep the Reddit to lead the Reddit to the to like Serah and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
But to give them the benefit of the doubt and to play a bit of devil's advocate, I would say, in fairness to them, it's the first week. It's the first month after they said that. So, and it was also the first month that they released a global exclusive. So they're probably getting a bit of, I'd say there was a week of congratulations and making sure everything was okay. They probably didn't want anything to go wrong as much as possible. Mm-hmm. So there was a week where they spent entirely focused on that. Then I would say there's been about 2 weeks now where they're trying to figure out, okay, if we do start talking about stuff, what are we going to talk about? Because the next thing people are going to ask is, okay, what's next? So I'd say they're probably going to keep quiet until they have an idea maybe for, and it won't be anything soon, but the next, global big thing. So
I think you bring up a good point. I think you bring up a great point, and I think you're right. There's nothing to talk about if they start doing these monthly calendars, right? It would probably be, at most, they would just show up and say, "Hey, here's this month's here's this month's calendar." Yeah. There you go, right? Yeah, here's some co-ops for some rewards. Here's some co-op, and here's your calendar. You filthy animals, get off my back. Honestly, that's probably, you know what? I'll bet on that. Someone put this on the internet and the podcast.
This is on the internet. This is on
the
internet.
This is the next on the internet. Yes.
The next stream is just gonna be, here's the calendar. Here's some co-ops for some community rewards. Yeah. There you go. For another month.
That's what I'm saying. They aren't going to have anything, I think, until they come up. They need something. They need to have promising more community contact and involvement. If they come over and just like, oh, hey, how's it going? They're going to be slammed. So I think they realize they need to have something concrete, and I think that I think what it's going to be is they're going to plan. I would say the next character that's going to be a global exclusive, and they won't say who it is. But at the very end of it, they'll be like, "Oh, there will be another global exclusive character coming in 6 months," you know, and that'll be their thing. It's not going to be anything major, I don't think, unless they dress Joshua up as another character from Final Fantasy. Maybe then that can pad 20, 30 minutes.
Well, I mean, so if the calendar already talks about everything they're gonna announce, do you think that like if we were gonna get the calendar eventually, it didn't really matter how much data mining was happening, right? Because I mean, the whole thing was a mining thing, and just to touch upon it, I don't know if anyone here is part of the main Discord. Apparently, there was another big data mining fiasco this morning. Everyone brought to my attention for some reason.
Oh God, another one! For the love of Christ!
Yeah, but I mean, it's just like it got us thinking, and the community's been talking about it, is basically like, is it worth not forsaking it at this point? Because I feel like the representatives are backing off a bit, interacting with us in the first place. Like,
yeah. Considering that was like one of their, well, not even, I wouldn't say threats, but that was one of the things they said, which was, "Oh, if it keeps going this, we're gonna have to take a step back." I was like, well, that's basically what you've done. Like, it's been all quiet on the home front for the last while.
Yeah. Hey, a couple comments from Twitch here. Kriese says, Kriese, who's on Twitch with us, says there's been times when the community managers were doing 2 streams a month back around October, November, December. Your Highness says Joshua has been playing the game more and been joining co-ops. I've seen him on Twitch and streamers as well, running around, so maybe they're doing good things. Not related to this, but Ice Cream says if you are talking about what's the thing, paralyze? Yeah, petrify. Petrify wears off when you progress through a wave, so there's that as well. So if you're petrified and start a new wave, you start off. So yeah,
I'm assuming from the ordering and the banner though that Catapulpass will be last, so I think that's kind of the end of the fight, pretty much, as far as
yeah, I don't know.
But the good news is, if it is, it should mean that your summon will be charged, unless, I just realized as well, because High Seraph stops your summon charge.
Yes,
so maybe it won't.
Does stop the summon charge. Yep.
So your summon might actually not even be charged for the Catapulpass fight. You might have to hang out for a while with no summon and hope you don't get petrified. So maybe your selfie or your Leda will be a lot better than I thought. Oh wait, no, sorry. System says there's a turtle after, so there we go. You should be fine in that case. Never mind. So
here I'm fighting it right now. So
wait, but that's not the X of it.
No.
But yeah, I mean, if they have been interacting with streamers more, like I had seen some people talking about mentioning finding Square Enix Joshua doing like hosting co-ops and stuff like that. So I do wonder if he's interacting a bit more that way. But the only problem is that's not a very good method. Like, being in co-ops isn't a very good method of communication, so people can't really ask them I don't know. It's probably gonna, like I said, I think what mine and Mino's predictions and probably Mark's is as well, but he just hasn't vocalized it yet, is they'll run through the calendar like event by event, just talking about it for about 10 minutes, and then at the end they'll give that that we got last time, which was here, your Excel spreadsheet of the event.
Yeah. The only thing
we'll see you next month.
It came to me is because so apparently when our GL first launched, JP players were actually insanely jealous about how much the community reps communicated with us, right? Because like Kriese was saying, sometimes we were getting at least 2 streams a month, and they were giving us all this info, and things are coming out so fast. But now JP players are saying that because they get a stream every month too, and they're saying that they're actually getting more. It started that GL got way more information and interaction than JP. Now they're saying JP gets more because their streams every month have new mechanics and new news to detail, and they're like you know, they go through a lot of things, and here is just it's mostly filled with co-ops, right? And then now they're just dropping a calendar and a schedule on us. So I'm just saying, I can't be the only person who thinks that there's been a little slowdown, a little change in that, and it looks like some of our Twitch audience agrees.
Yeah. We're just gonna have to, like I said, we'll find out. I suppose the end result is we'll find out when the next stream comes out.
Yeah,
if they have anything worth mentioning.
No Escape says they could make a stream vote between 2 new characters. Like, do we want Fang or Deuce first, or something like that? I think No Escape is referencing. That would be interesting, right? To kind of do
it would be
live.
But they already said that they're not going to do that anymore because they realized how bad that fucked balance.
It did. Looking at our lost chapters, it screwed things up a lot. We're going to have 3 lost chapters with black crystals in a row. So, yeah, that's going to screw things up.
I think they're going to reorder.
They realized, like, they wanted to do it to help us, which is a great thing. And again, something that JP was jealous of, that we got to pick our character. But I think they didn't realize how badly that screwed things up. And it screwed things up pretty damn badly.
Well, it was after that when the like ridiculously hard meta came around.
So. Yeah, right. The meta and the new EXs got ridiculously hard because they had to balance around the.
Bad times, dark days, you know. Yeah. I don't think they're going to send out the lost chapters in that same order. I think they're going to probably restructure them to be close to the way they originally came out in JP, because otherwise, in 2 events time we're getting Kuja, which he was 4 or 5 events early.
Yeah, if we do it in the order that we received them, it would be Celeste, Kane, Kuja would be the next 3 lost chapters.
So yeah, like they're definitely not going to considering that. Then afterwards, it's Palom and fucking.
That would be awesome. I don't know about you, but I want early Kuja because in Japan, Kuja and Renoa were like a month apart, so Kuja got like 4 weeks of airtime, which is good. But if he had like 2-3 months, because for character events, we're talking Fang, Deuce, Agrias, Locke, Barrett, Rosa, Golbez before we get Renoa, so that's 3-4 months.
Renoa.
So yeah, that's awesome. So a community question, which is much less controversial. Mino, and if you want to pull up some of your preferred answers from our Discord, the question.
I think we should each pick one. But
look at that! Look at that!
But so the community discussion we have is, what is your pull strategy moving forward? Not necessarily who are you pulling for, but how will you approach pulling in general? Should we? We'll do the community answers first, and then we can answer, I guess. If I had to pick one, I'm glancing through a bunch in our server. I really liked Green Armadillo's strategy because I think it's very sound. And he says, my strategy is to hold 30k gems at all time in reserve so I can make a good run at any great 35 CP that appears on a surprise banner or weekly. Best to aim for banners with at least 4 weapons I need, including the EX, and reevaluate as I MLB. Do you guys have any picks here?
Lightning just got petrified, so I'm distracted. Yeah, no. Vitamin C says, my pull strategy is only tickets until I reach 75,000 gems in case the pity system comes into play early. And to pull for Jet, hopefully I can get it by then. Anything I have over 75, I will allow myself to spend on other things. So thank you, Vite C, for your contribution to our community.
So
Monta, do you have one?
Monta.
Yeah, the one I'll pick is my boy Quetz. Has almost the exact same idea as me, as I'm not spending anything else until the next big wave of units comes. So talking about Quistis, Kuja, Sephiroth, so just full on horde mode.
That's a long time, I think, unless we really speed things up.
No, about 2 months. About 2 months.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
So at least, sorry, if the last chapter thing is to be believed, I think it'll actually be next month. Maybe the end of next month when Kuja will here. Well, I don't think that.
And I'm gonna throw in an extra here because our boy Macnol deserves a shout out too. Another regular on the stream is he says, because I do this, is spend tickets before gems always. And he only spends gems depending on the EX featured.
Yeah.
Which is actually how I pull. But how do you guys pull? What are your strategies coming up?
Renoa, that's my strategy. Renoa, all of my gems.
Renoa is so far away, Mark. Really?
Listen. No, seriously. I'm trying to do. I'm trying to do like 6 things, which I'm not really good at right now because I'm playing through Catharsis for our streamers because I know people like to watch us actually do things while we're talking. Sorry, at home, because if you're listening to the podcast, that's not very interesting listening to me playing the game without the sound on. No, but seriously, I have more gems and more tickets than I have ever had the entirety of this time playing this game. I am over 90,000 gems and almost 250 tickets. I have had nowhere near either one of those the entire time I've played, and so now I'm like in this sense where like I can't spend. Like, well, I got 90,000. I might as well wait until I get 100,000. Like, well, I got 250 tickets. I might as well see if I can get 300. So I'm like in that. Like now I'm like in the rich club, right? And so the rich got to get richer.
Yeah, exactly. The more you hoard, the easier it gets to hoard. I've been there. I think my record is 135 gems, which all got wasted on Tidus EX, and 250 tickets, which got me my first EX, Cloud EX. So I was pretty happy about that.
You have to remember, Mark, that gems are a limited resource. The more gems you have, the less gems the rest of the community has. So you gotta spend those gems.
I don't think that's
down economics, right?
Exactly. We need you to spend that money.
Tip for Reminiscence Catharsis: when you're fighting Seymour, don't kill the Mankins because he immediately summons 2 more. So that was fun, wasted of 2 turns for me. I knew that.
That's what a Squall's for, right there.
I did that. Oh, I could summon Squall. That would have been nice. I did not do that.
Even though no one asked, my plan is to. No, I'm joking. You did earlier. My plan is probably going to be anytime there's a character event, spend as many tickets as it takes to get a single gold weapon. And if I get an X, then maybe I'll invest. Otherwise, nothing.
That's reasonable. I can respect that.
Well, it's just because there's no point chasing X's at the moment.
Yeah.
Unless it's like something like meta defining. So I'm probably gonna hard chase Sephiroth
Speaking of which, completely off topic.
I don't think that's a speaking of which.
Speaking of which, completely off topic. I just wanted. Speaking of what EX to chase, apparently, a huge amount of JP community is lamenting right now for not chasing Charlotta, the Crystal Chronicles character that came out for them in December.
So broken
because she is single-handedly carrying teams through chaos right now. So, if you want to talk about missing a selfie or a Kate, Charlotta is the one to look out for in the future because she is single-handed
up in Japan.
Yeah,
because I mean,
she is so fucking strong.
So Japan.
The good news.
So in Japan you had.
You go on, Mark.
Yeah, in Japan you had VIII, and of course VIII was very powerful, and then you had Fran, Porum, Sync, Prompto, Alphanode, Afmao.
All these garbage characters.
But then
trash.
Charlotta, Garland, and Ultimacia all super powerful, all right in a row, right? So, yeah. But yeah, Charlotta is supposed to be just bonkers ridiculous. I have seen some bonkers ridiculous.
The good news.
Excuse my language. I'll try to
the good news is PG-13.
Yes.
Yeah.
The good news is she should come out. When she comes out for us, we will hopefully have the pity system they have in place.
Yes.
Oh, that's a good point. That's a great point.
We should get it early, which means that when Charlotta comes out, have 80,000 gems. Congratulations, you've got the ridiculously powerful character. So make sure you have 80k in the store for when Charlotta comes out, and you'll be fine.
Yeah. That's what I'm going to do.
All right, moving back on the topic. What was our next topic?
That's
looking ahead. Auron LC.
Yeah,
last
ahead.
topic is do you guys have you guys done any research on Auron LC?
Yeah, a little bit. Go ahead, but you're the big fan, so talk about it.
Oh man, no, first of all, you're the big Auron fan, but
I love Auron. Yeah.
We are expecting them to do next month what they did this month, which is shift some of the awakenings to match LCs. So Cyan was supposed to come in this awakening wave, but we're expecting him to come in on Auron LC. Is Cyan better with his awakening?
Somewhat.
I mean, the only changes he are his attacks become 2, and his stances are near instant. So that's something. But I don't expect anyone, unless you're a big fan, to really invest in it. Especially since Shadow's here now, because Cyan's whole thing was defense ignoring, and I feel like Shadow does that pretty decently. But Auron LC, let's look forward to it. Auron EX, I'm going to preemptively say from JP Data, is that Auron is another one of those characters we were just talking about. Not so great, just awakened, but with his EX, pretty viable. With his EX, he can keep up melee imperil up for consecutively 100% uptime for a long time, for like 30 plus turns or something. So he does allow for a lot of gimmicky teams, helps people like Squall who are pure melee and need to churn out that damage. I know someone, if people are on Discord much or on the Reddit, the Kesh is a JP player who pulled Auron EX and used him until the Kuja era. There's people who use Garnet EX and Auron EX until the Kuja era, so they are pretty viable if you're really into that. But otherwise, a pretty specialized character. Just like Garnet, I think. Like, the whole thing is enabling more teams, which is never a...
So the banner is going to be basically Auron's 3 weapons, including his X, Cyan, and Vincent, yeah?
Yeah, and by this time, I'm sick of seeing it.
Yeah,
let's be honest.
Well,
right?
the question I have for you then is you know, to give you a bit of a recap of your early character evaluations, should you pull Mino?
I'm a little biased here. I think Auron EX is one of the cooler EXs. Like, instead of giving you pure power, it gives you more options for team building. So I'm going to throw half my gem stat at it, which is 25k. Not that much, but I'll be happy walking away with anything, I think. Oh no, I have Vincent MLB. I have Cyan almost MLB, but I have no Auron weapons, so we'll see. What about you, Manta? How do you feel about this?
Correct answer, Mino. You shouldn't pull. Don't pull on the banner. Don't pull on it. If you've played the game for longer than 3 months, your characters are already better than all the characters on this banner. So don't pull. That's my personal.
That's a strong statement. That's a strong statement.
Well, I'm a man of strong opinion. No, look, like I said, Auron, as far as I'm aware, doesn't bring too much. He brings what the melee, like Imperil, I suppose. You know, I think he's the only character who does that, is he? I don't think anyone else brings.
Yeah.
So I mean,
Imperil, that's the big thing, really, right?
Yeah, it's interesting.
I mean, okay, so right now, how many characters have strong melee kits other than so you got Squall?
Mm-hmm.
Cecil. Who else? Cecil has
Leon,
Valiant Blow, right? And that's it? Like, not both his abilities, because Darkness is ranged.
Yeah,
no, I'm talking about like double melee characters here. Like, you have Squall, and that's it?
Yeah, characters who are really strong in melee.
Lightning?
There's not tons of them. Yeah, I'm using her right now. The answer is no, she is not very strong.
Lightning, yeah. Well, I mean, would she be strong if she was doing 150% damage, Mark? That's the question. Throwing Garnet on there and double weak?
No, look, it's just like I said, it's the same problem all the characters have at the moment, where they do something interesting, and they do it very well, but the problem is it just doesn't suit the playstyle of the game at all. You can do much better without them. So then, and the same thing for Cyan. His main thing was ignoring defense. As you say yourself, Shadow does that. And I think he occupies way too much time setting up his stances, and the stances aren't too good. Vincent's probably the best one. If you don't have a Vincent, maybe it's worth throwing a couple of tickets, hoping to get like a weapon or two. But considering that Vincent's also on Sephiroth's banner with Ico,
that's not coming for a while though, right?
Yeah, but are you going to use Vincent in between now and then? Are you going to use?
Maybe. I mean, those debuffs are pretty good, right? I'm hoping Vincent will see sometime.
I know what you're thinking, but we aren't in a debuff meta at the moment. Like
that's true.
It's all support. When's the next debuff meta? I think who brings decent debuffs and is useful for a while.
That reminds me, anyone in the audience using Ferris Awakening? Because I have not heard anyone talking about her awakening ever since she got it. Honestly,
I've used her. She's
and it was very hyped when it happened in JP because she was the best dispeller for a long time. So
no one buffs themselves really at the moment. Like what enemies are buffing themselves?
Your Highness, they are running Awaken Ferris. Your Highness, how do you like Awaken Ferris? But continue, Monta. Well,
it's it's not going to be useful until until we start getting characters that buff themselves. Her debuffs are great. But...
Everyone's agreeing with you, by the way. Your Highness says, "Yeah, I've only been using Ferris in the Phoenix event, right?" And Kriese says she's great, just not useful for the parties I'm currently building. And Tatsumi says Ferris was apparently helpful for the last Reminiscence. So you're right. It's very conditional. I guess.
The problem is, I think she would be more useful combining with enemies not having buffs. We've come across the last few events we've kind of have been enemies that will revive themselves. So when you kill them, all those debuffs disappear. Ooh. So they basically assume themselves. So anytime a character assumes himself, it means that a debuff character is pretty much useless. So I've had Edgar, and I wanted to bring him to a few things, but I just thought best not to. Even considering the event that he was meant to be, kind of synergy for was the Diablos thing, and you'd be better off bringing, 3 support characters than bringing Edgar. The weapon the thing that brought his World of Illusion weapon. Like,
that's fair. Like Edgar was ranked very high in JP when he came out, S tier out of SS, and I feel like the GL schedule did not allow him to shine at all.
Yeah, well, I can still use him every now and then, and I finally somehow managed to pull his Schwartz lance, so I was happy with that. But
nice.
It's at the moment you have to remember that we had 3 or 4 big events that people went all in on. So most of the people in global at the moment have, I would say 3 of the 4 SS tier characters that we have at the moment, which would be Squall, Selfie, Kate Sith, and Beatrix. I can't think of anyone else who would make that high. Yeah. Maybe Warrior of Light. But yeah, so if what's the point in bringing your S tier character? Like it was useful in JP when you didn't you spent your gems on the event before and have nothing for this one. When the ultimate character comes in, you're kind of thinking, okay, well, how can I field the team with what's left? But we're kind of graced and cursed with foresight here, so.
You make a great point. Mark, you've been silent for a bit. Do you have anything?
I am doing the EX battle for Reminiscence Catharsis with the Synergy team. I am in the very final fight. It's not going well. I'm like at 60 turns, and I'm running out of abilities. But I'm gonna. Oh crap! And that's why I wasn't talking, because I completely biffed that.
All right, so just to cover for Mark, let us know your thoughts on the upcoming Auron LC. I think it's just this final anniversary event, then the Auron LC, and then we're back in the dark, correct? And we might get another stream and calendar at the end of the month.
Yeah,
hopefully.
In the dark with a big bot at the end. Like I could probably tell you what's going to be on next month with very little effort.
though? I don't know. I think they're gonna mix things up like they did
No,
this.
no.
This
It's gonna
pretty
be
surprising.
Cells and Kane Lost Chapters, and it's gonna be Fang and Deuce event, and then
Yes,
maybe
Kane LC. Come on, Kane LC. Come on.
Oh, he's due next. Like, and they'll want to get him out now because
he's garbage.
that'll be
Yeah,
a good excuse.
he's garbage, and I want to pull for
get
him.
Lalo.
It's happening, guys. I'm going all in on Kane. It's not even up for discussion.
Mino, I'm gonna ask you right now for not only your own sake, but for mine, so I don't have to listen to you complain. Please do not go all in on Kane.
No, it's
because
happening.
you'll use him for
My
one event.
favorite character ever.
And you'll never use him again, and then you'll be complaining for the rest of the bleeding year about how you have no jet.
It's true.
But oh right, to the last thing I wanted to is, what are you going to be using your anniversary tokens for? Because guys,
oh, that's good. Yeah, good to know.
It's 6 more days. By the time of the next podcast, the anniversary event will be done. So it is time to stop hoarding. What are you going to spend your tokens on? Because I remember some of the viewers said, please remind us when the anniversary is almost done, because they're saving till the end, and it is almost done. It is 6 days until we have to get spending on those tokens. So I spent my first 10 on Shadow's 35 CP. 100% regretted it because I never used him since.
No, hold on. Before we continue on, right? I told you that, and you said, and you were like, "Oh no, I'll be fine." So now, when I tell you not to invest in KX, please, for the love of Christ, listen to me. Because you're gonna have the exact same thing where you'll be like, "Oh,
I'm doing it. Kane's my favorite character. It's different. It's different." And then my final 10, I'm up in the air. Like you guys help me out here. So I want Lael's 35 that I haven't gotten. I want Shantoto's 35, which I haven't gotten. Both of them are on Kane's LC though, which I plan to pull super hard on. So I'm planning on putting them off. And then the third 35 I'm looking for here is Waka's, because he should be a part of the next awakening, and he should be very strong when he awakens. Or Papa Limo too. I need his 35 as well. So, I'm up in the air right now. I'll make my decision within the week. How about you, Monta? What are you spending your tokens on?
Honestly, I'm not actually sure. I might go for Waka like yourself, or Galif, because I haven't gotten either of those. Obviously, I don't want to go near. I would say to you, don't go near your Shantoto or Lel, considering they're on Kane's.
Son of a bitch.
You're going hard on that. What do you mean? You do want those characters. You shouldn't go on those because they're going to be on the banner you're pulling. One thing as well is, I know the event ends in like 6 days, but I think for the most part
it should last 2 days after, right? Last after.
So what might be best to do is to wait to see when they release the calendar. If it's anything decent, that you are, they might tell you like, oh, we're gonna give Galif a super rework and make him amazing.
Yeah, right.
Then you might be willing to be. I never know. Then maybe you can be like, okay, we'll invest into this. Yeah. Otherwise, just.
Oh damn!
I would recommend holding on for as long as.
This thing just killed me already. Took like 25 turns to kill me. It's not acceptable. I did not win.
So, but yeah, I feel like the Kane's banner is made for me. It has Kane's weapons and Shantoto's weapons. Both are terrible characters that nobody else likes. I love both of those characters.
What?
Made for
you
me.
Like Shantoto?
Yeah, as a character. God, did you not play FF11? That's shame.
No, I was too busy being cool out.
Oh, to jump back in chat, our homie Kriese here says, I use my anniversary tokens on Laguna 35, so I could sell his 15, which is great. Yeah, that's a very logical reason to get a 35, because you're a 15 MLB, and Edgar 35 for the same reason. So both of mine were resource reasons. You know what? That's much smarter than how I'm using my token, Kriese. I can't even say anything. And Zero Lancer says, I spent my anniversary tokens for Edgar and Wall since I have their EX but need their 35. Again, insanely. I don't need this says, I got Yuffie's 35 and Cypher's 35. I don't need this. I'm disappointed in you. because your screen name is I don't need this, and you didn't even have Yuffie's 35 already. Like that's a false representation. That's just wrong. And final character says, to be honest, I sell characters MLB 15 even if I don't have the 35 CP nowadays. Oof, I can't do that. I can't.
I can kind of understand that. No character is really, you're not going to use any character just with their 15 CP, you know?
Right. No doubt. I do all that as well.
Yeah, like even
Whaley guys. I don't. Yeah. What if you need them for a co-op or something?
No,
I don't know.
Don't bring
I'll just do it just for fun then with a good character. Yeah,
exactly.
Oh, you guys are nice, honorable people. I've seen like that in co-op.
Oh no, I refuse to go into into a wanted boost room, even if I have a boosted character, unless I have them 60 or at least 60 crystal level and a decent regular level, and their weapons as maxed, like at least 2 limit broken, and it has to be a 35.
Mm-hmm. Ice cream. Oh, sorry. Go ahead. Finish.
I was gonna say if you go into boosted character room and you bring either a crystal level character below 50, or if you bring them with their 15 CP with 0 limit broken, you are the devil and you deserve nothing but pain in this world and the next.
See, I forgot who said this in one of our old podcasts, but I remember I said that when I was running books and boosted rooms, I would quit if someone was under leveled. Like, even if they were bringing a synergy character, if they were like level 30 or crystal level 10 or like a very new account, that I would quit out. And I got crap for it, which is understandable because people were saying, oh, well, co-ops are so easy nowadays, you should be able to carry them. It's just an extra extra minute or so. And ever since that, I was like, they're right. I'll help a newbie out if I see someone weak. I'll just run it. But
yeah, you help a newbie out. So if you see someone, they're like, their rank is like 35, fair enough. But when you come into a room with the same dude who's level like 400, what are you doing here? Like, you've clearly been playing the game for long enough. You should have more than enough crystals to get this goddamn character up to a decent standard. So no, I don't agree.
to speed through this. So Ice Cream says I get 35s for. I get 35s for or 15s for characters that will be powerful in the future, like Lael or Lilithette. Also very fair. All of these decisions are far more logical than mine. Final character says I like Kayn as well, but I'm not chasing his ex though. Exactly my point, that you don't like Kayn enough. Final character, you don't like him enough.
Don't take Mino's advice, please.
Aminosa says, Mino, what are you smoking? 99% of the fans love Kayn. That is bullshit. I don't see anyone ever representing Kayn ever. No one says anything nice about Kayn on Discord or.
Oh no, we all love him as a character, but in this game,
no one's using him as a support. Yeah, so who's actually going to be pulling on him? That's the real fucking question. And then catching up on the chat, I'll bring a 0 LB 35 CP 60 synergy characters into boosted rooms. That's fine, Kriese. I'll take any boosted character. I'll take a garbage boosted character over a max awakened non-synergy like Beatrix.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I would. People leaving people with low level in co-op, that's rude. I agree, I'm coming around to that. And okay, back to you. Mark, did you want to say something? I feel like we've been putting you off for a bit.
No, I'm fine. Thank you. How are you guys doing today?
Are you
okay? No, I think pretty angry about I think we're closing down. Yeah, so about Catharsis EX, Serah, Lightning, Ashe, not the best team. Kind of finished slow there, so maybe I could have done it if I saved some more skills there. But maybe bring some different teams. We'll figure that out next week and talk about things. Hey, thanks for the
thank you, Kim Jung-Cool.
Kim Jung-Cool, appreciate the subscription.
Yeah. Thank you so much.
Yes,
Zero Lancer says I'm pulling. Noctis is better than Kayn without rework, right? I think. Is supposed to be a little better than Noctis with his EX because has overflow on both of his abilities, which is super useful, and he has more ranged attacks than Noctis. So I know that in JP, when he was awakened, he was considered king of ranged brave shaving. I don't know when you'll ever need.
I don't know when that's going to be a thing that you need.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know when you're needing ranged brave shaving, but Kane is supposed to be king because he has the jump. His brave plus. He has the jump brave plus HP, and that's just a lot of ranged brave shaving, right? Kane hits. Whatever. Anyway, Mark, sorry. Finish up.
I was going to say, just before Mark does close down there, with regards to the X there, Mark, you tried it there with the full synergy team. Can I ask who was weighing you down? Like, which of the party members was like, get rid of this character? Replace this with a Squall.
They all ran out of abilities. I had no abilities.
Okay.
Ice Cream says Catharsis EX is too long of a fight for single target damage. Should bring AoEs. All the waves are bosses.
Yeah, the entire so we didn't go over what the actual fight is. First round is Kefka and Sephiroth. Second round is Golbez and Garland. Third round is Vaughn and Emperor. Fourth round is Dark Bahamut. Fifth round is Ultima. Yeah, it's a pain of a fight. So certainly doable. It's not super hard, but those first 3 rounds are 6 bosses in 3 waves, and then you have 2 big bosses right next to each other. So yeah, bringing 3 let's face it, Ashe, Lightning, and Serah by themselves are not top tier, right? So
no, definitely not.
No, they were doing decent damage, and obviously I was able to get to the last fight and able to bring the character down, Ultima down under half. So yeah, oh no, final character 7. I'm gonna bring Garnet. I'm not going in right now. I have on screen. I have my Beatrix Garnet selfie team, but I'm doing other things right now. So, yeah. Kriese says the score requirement for this EX is pretty loose. I got it first tried with a screwed up summon. Kriese, who did you bring as your team? If you want to share with us here before we close out the podcast. We may stick around and talk a little bit longer, but I think we're going to wrap up the podcast here in a second. So, Kriese, if you would bless us with your wisdom. Yes, Kriese brings Garnet, Beatrix, and Ramza. So, yeah, all EX, fancy dancy, right? So.
Interesting enough, but like it's still I'll only really be impressed with a team when I see a non-Beatrix, run at it.
Go ahead. That's your thing for this week, Manta. Doing non-Beatrix run.
Oh no, please.
Catharsis EX. Well, Manta, Mino, thank you. Everybody on Twitch, thank you. Any final words before we sign off here tonight? Okay, I'll take that as a no. Thank you
for Kane. Pull for Kane and Shantoto, guys.
Yeah, okay.
Mino's drunk. Don't listen to him.
Thank you all for listening and joining us on Twitch, and we may stick around here for a little bit. All of you listening online through YouTube, through Twitch later, or through our podcast, thank you. Remember to check us out at tccpodcast.com. There you can get connected to us personally. You can get connected to our Discord, and you can see all the other fun things we're doing. So we will catch you hopefully next Thursday at 8 p.m. Central for the next episode of the Crystal Chronicles. Until then, this is Mark signing out, hoping everyone just pulls tons of great things and enjoys their DFFOO week. Until then, we'll talk to you next week.
Bye, guys. Take it easy.